first to an international design circle, and they were saying the only other model like that was Lush or the Body Shop or something like that. But then we realized that sari-sari stores in the Philippines have been doing it forever.
What didn't make sense to us, because we were always, what do you call, supporters of organic products. You would always buy organic rice, or we would buy always. The funny thing about it is, everyone, especially the past 3 to 5 years, has been going green, turning into organic products. Being more, trying to promote environmentally friendly products. However, the funny thing about it is, everyone is selling organic products, but putting it in little plastic bottles. So it kind of, for me and Bea, it quite didn't make sense that there's a disjoint of mission or objectives. But the very nature of business, you want to sell more. You have to increase your sales, you have to increase your production. So the more green products you're actually putting into the business environment or consumer environment, you're actually putting more plastic and waste, which is counterproductive to the entire reason why you're actually going green. So that's how we also wanted to solidify that type of business. We wanted to promote organic products, especially products that are carried or at least produced by our partners, which are farmer groups from around the Philippines. Our first entrepreneurship with regards to green products was, we started out in the Sunday market, and we started out in soap, selling natural soap. And eventually we began selling things that we actually consumed ourselves and actually use ourselves, like Victoria is a laundry soap. And we realized that what if we can distribute their products packaging free, and we started encouraging people in the market to come by, bringing their own balde and then refilling it. Since the only purpose for packaging is, in a sea of products, you have 1,000, 2,000 products all battling out in supermarket. So you need that identification to differentiate yourself. However, in a Sunday market, you're going there every weekend just to buy that one product. So what's the use of packaging is pretty much null, right? So in that, savings in packaging, translates into savings for the environment, savings for government, having to spend on waste management, and that savings can also be passed on to the consumers. So there's so much energy that can be saved from that, and so we created the store eventually.
The reason why we chose the name Ritual is because we think that quality of life matters, and everyone has a right to quality of life from whatever spectrum of society you're from. And we also believe that life isn't about working like a dog and then spending all your money on an expensive car. We believe that quality of life can be found in the small things of every day. And likewise, sustainability can be better achieved if you integrate it into everyone's daily lives. Like, people take good pleasure out of a cup of coffee, out of a cup of cacao, out of making cacao.
Yes, for the ritual thing is, everyday activities, everything in life. There are many rituals in life. As Bea mentioned, drinking a nice cup of coffee, taking a bath, going to sleep. These are all rituals, and if we can affect all of these daily rituals in a positive light, both at the consumer side and also in our supplier side, like the farmers, then we're actually bettering the world little by little.
We're building a repository of cacaos because we started drinking coffee when we started our shop, but we're more cacao people, and we believe that there are so many kinds of cacaos in the Philippines in terms of the way people roast them, the way people prepare them. It's really more a backyard thing because production is, aside from several big farms, it's backyard production. And we think that this reflects the diversity of people in the Philippines and the cultural influence over the years. So we're growing our cacao selection and our coffees. We consider them as like kind of a tandem.
Yeah.
Our coffees are freshly roasted every week. So we get them straight from the farmers, and they're freshly roasted every week. We do coffee subscriptions. So people can have freshly roasted coffee delivered to them, or come by the store for good, inexpensive, organic, fair trade cup of coffee. It's all different from each other. Like, you would use them for different things. Like, the one from Bohol that we have is more, it's a little darker.
Yeah.
The one from
Kalinga.
Mabini is like, you can eat it just like that. Dip it in muscovado and eat it. Nutty, it's more coarse and nutty. So, for us, what we want to dispel is people coming in and saying that this is the best kind of coffee. This is the way you can enjoy your coffee. We encourage people to explore. They can buy cacao per tablea, so
You don't have to buy a
you
lot.
don't have to buy like
You
a
can
whole
taste
bunch.
everything. So we're also trying to promote diversity.
Right now, I think in the past week, it's been the cups of cacao.
Ah, yeah.
Because we serve cacao, dark cacao, with, depending on what ice cream we make. Sometimes we make oregano ice cream, whatever. So
It's
it
dark.
depends on what we have that day. And that's been
Yeah.
dominating our
Yeah, so
sales.
far, the past month, it's been like people coming in for a cup of cacao with, let's say, oregano ice cream on top, or cacao with caramel, cacao with, so all these different, I guess for them, it's kind of new.
And the citronella stuff, because I guess there are a lot of mosquitoes now.
Yeah, the mosquito repellents and other lotions.
Have organic tampons, but they're from the States. And I wish that they were made locally. We have toothbrushes made of recycled yogurt cups, but they're from the States. So basic things like that. I wish that there's more innovation, or even at least more connection between scientists and companies, so that local inventors can actually mass produce things like materials for packaging or for toothbrushes, or stuff that people use every day.
Never really know what to expect because we keep changing so many of the products, because we like exploring ourselves. We like inventing stuff ourselves, like mixing our own stuff, creating new products ourselves. So, but I guess what you can expect in the next 3 months is the cafe, because now what you see is it's a little mini grocer. You have food, household cleaners, something for everyday activities and requirements. But in the next 2 months, next month, we're actually opening our cafe. We'll have our soft opening sometime 2 weeks from now, and then we'll open the cacao. It's actually a cacao and cafe place where you can have yogurt, different types of cacao, different types of pandesal made with, let's say, organic butter and salts. So something that you can have.
Yeah, because people end up standing.
Yeah, they end up standing
And
here.
sometimes it's like.
Yeah, so we're adding more tables outside, maybe upstairs.
We're working on getting local people. We don't want to have 200 resellers.
Yeah.
We just want a few people who can do the logistics of it. So, in the coming weeks, perhaps, you can sign up for a newsletter on ritualshop.com, and then we'll be releasing more news. Evaluate your lifestyle patterns and go to the palengke. I mean, there you can find things that aren't in plastic, that are local, that don't last for very long, so you're forced to cook them right away. Try to get rid of things with ingredients you don't understand. Just try to fill your life with texture and with stories, and you'll end up with a more sustainable choice.
Well, I guess for the entrepreneur side, going green is a very good motivation, because, well, aside from addressing your financial objectives, there's sometimes when you're doing business has its highs and its lows, and not every time it will have its financial highs. But if you create a deeper driver, such as a social cause, and you pair that up with financial objectives, then your motivational factors actually works double time, it's better. And number two, I guess it's a good because the trend is going that way. It's becoming more of a less a priority, but more of a requirement for everybody and a standard that they should follow. So going green is not really the next big thing; it's the next standard. But creating good products, creating good stories, creating good relationships, that's something that you'll have to develop yourself.
And you can green any business.